I don't even know what to say anymore when it comes to this team and the games that they lose sometimes. Like I really just don't. Like Bulls played a pretty good second half. They just could not defend a simple pick and roll. A simple pick and roll is what defeated the Bulls tonight. And that's the issue. That's the issue in this game is that, and this is what I've been saying. This is what I've been saying is that when you get a coach like Greg Popovich, right? A coach that can literally focus on doing or picking apart the one thing that you can't do, as simple as it is. And that's what potentially can come back to bite the Bulls in the ass when it comes to the playoffs. Is that you give a team just to focus on you for a series. And if you can't do simple things like box out and a simple pick and roll, it completely changes the outlook of the game. Now, again, they did get in position to at least try to win the game. It was things other than that. That turnover by Levine was fucking terrible late when they were down by, at that point, what was it 6 points they were down? When he had that turnover where he just couldn't get a timeout called or avoid from going out of bounds. Like, it's the simple things that kill this team, right? And that can go one or two ways. You can look at it and say, hey, this is simple. The Bulls should be able to fix it. Or you can look at it and say, this is simple, and it should not be what's beating us right now, especially against a team that should be lesser competition. I know the Spurs are a scrappy team. They coach very well, and that goes back to this part that we talk about with Billy Donovan and sometimes his lack of adjustments. It's a lot of things. And just this game is like a microcosm of so many of the issues and concerns that I have with the team. I know everyone doesn't share them and things like that. And this is anyone who's in, like, I haven't started looking at the comments yet, but anyone who's in there like, oh, well, we're injured. Listen, injuries aren't just going to solve this. Injuries just aren't going to solve this. I don't want to hear about Alex Caruso because these same type of things were happening when we had Alex Caruso. He helps a lot, but he doesn't fix them as a whole. I don't want to hear about, I already said the injuries. I don't want to hear about Alex Caruso. Now, again, Lonzo, they do help with pick and roll defense a lot. Lonzo and Caruso do. But again, it's not going to solve it. That doesn't wholly fix it. And if I'll tell you right now, if your whole entire defensive scheme can be blown up because you don't have two players and a simple pick and roll, then that's going to leave other things as well. Again, this is not to shit on the team. This is not to say the sky is falling or anything like that. They got to figure it out. Because if they keep not figuring it out and this keeps being an issue, it's going to be huge, huge issues in the playoffs for this team. And that's where the concern comes, for me at least. I know everybody doesn't share that, but that's where the concern comes. Damn near triple double from Devontae Murray. Whatever. At this point, I'm fucking pissed off. And it's just the simple shit, right? The simple shit with this team. Zach and his mistakes. Pick and roll defense, lack of intensity. You can feel the team start getting even tighter when that lead starts to dwindle. They lost both quarters in the second half in this game. This type of effort is not going to cut it. Period. It's just not going to cut it. Let's go ahead and go to the comments and see what we got. Pick and roll, my goodness. Simple pick and roll. Simple pick and roll. Run with us. We're injured. Injuries don't mean shit to me right now when it comes to this type of loss. I blame Zach Lasagna. I was hooping. There you go. But he is the second worst coach. Were the Bulls not able to challenge that foul? I mean, I'm sure they would have been able to, but hey, the pick and roll and kick out was killing us. We got picked and rolled to death in the second half. It's that simple, to be honest. Billy got outcoached and needs to be better with making adjustments too. Vooch is awful in pick and roll without Lonzo or AC to help him. Yes, Vooch is, listen, as much as you guys know, I'm a realist when it comes to Vooch in the sense that he is you're not going to get much better than Vooch when you look at statistically what he's able to bring to the team. But he has faults like every player. And that pick and roll defense tonight and in other situations, it's like he doesn't know what to do in a pick and roll. He doesn't know what to do when his like, and I get it. You got to rotate out on guards. He's not the best. He's not the best lateral quickness or anything like that. But it's a combination of things out here. Run With Us says we're one of the most injured teams in the league. Listen, we have 3 players out with injury right now. And at the end of the day, that doesn't change fundamentals. You have to have players that are smart and intelligent. You got to run schemes. This is not just about injuries. This is not just about injuries. Donovan fucked up by not contesting that 3-point foul. He got outcoached and outclassed. Listen, I have no rebuttal for that. We just allowed 130 points to the Spurs only on pick and roll plays. Injury or not, this team is better than the Spurs. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know we're in trouble when DeMar 32 and Zach 26 combined for 62 and still lose. This was a pathetic. JJ Ortiz, correct, Haize, we're playing sloppy as fuck. This is why a trade is... Listen, no, the trade is not going to start. Like, first of all, this is the thing. Bulls fans are just as lazy as, and again, this isn't just to you, are just as lazy as the national media. Everything now is a trade. A trade is not going to fix this. Find me the mythical player that's going to fix this whole team. It's not going to happen. You can bring prime Kobe and prime Jordan out there right now. It's not going to fix a lack of adjustment from coaching. Stop being with that. This trade shit. The trade is not going to fix. There's no trade that fixes this right now. There's trades that can make it better. That can help solve holes, but it's not. Vooch is still going to be out there guarding pick and rolls. So it's not going to fix this. This is not going to fix this. Coaching loss, how do you never adjust to a team doing the same thing over and over again? Frustrating. Not physical enough inside. Agree with that. Malcolm Hill should have... No. Malcolm Hill wouldn't have helped at all either. Wouldn't have helped, not one single bit. They should have called a timeout and switched the lineup up once they were up 10, not wait 3 minutes to start switching the lineup. I agree. Jorge's Law. Yes, Haize, well spoken. Why was Kobe playing in the second half at all if you're not going to use him? He had 2 second half shots. I mean, again, it's not, you don't just play. So you don't play somebody who's not going to shoot because then you eliminate the threat of having a shooter. So part of coaching isn't just, hey, it's you use your personnel for the threat of what they can do. Again, but I agree Kobe should have got some more shots. They go to DeMar, they go to Levine because those are the 2 players you trust to be able to pull you out of it. But it's just so many mistakes were made out here. There was no full court pressure on the ball down the stretch. Spurs were in the same offense, and the Bulls had no answer for it. This is being the theme lately with teams. Must be fixed. Absolutely. Absolutely. Run With Us. You think, no, it's not that. This has always been a thing. Go back and look. This has always been a thing with Levine. Always with a thing with it was mitigated at the beginning of the season, but it's gotten completely bad again. We need better rebounder, better communication on defense, and we have to step up our rebounding. We need a trade does not. Again, that's a lazy reasoning for that. Again, what you give me a trade that fixes a realistic trade that fixes this. It doesn't fix it. It does not fix this. You got to do something else other than just come in with your pre-canned ideas of a trade. That's not going to fix this. Hill should have gotten some minutes. He's a decent ball defender. Yeah, but still, you don't really trust a player with his inexperience down the stretch like that. Now, he could have, but he also could have absolutely fucked up everything just as bad as what was going on. I got a lot of shit to say. Put me in, coach. Oh, man. Look, Billy Donovan is overall a good coach. Like, I'm not saying he's a bad coach. It's the adjustments specifically. He is very slow to make adjustments. Very, very slow to make adjustments. Bulls need to do some Steph Curry masterclass each night and work on the block lanes and slipping picks. They need to do something. I don't know what is more frustrating at this point, losing to another team with less than 10 wins or letting some bum-ass player that nobody knows about have almost career nights. Well, I wouldn't call DeJounte Murray a bum-ass player that nobody knows about because this was definitely a great night for him. Portal or whatever, however you say his name, he's been playing pretty solid throughout the season. So I wouldn't say bum players. They're a team that hasn't been able to close out a lot of games, and they close out tonight against us. Doesn't the play of the team in not stopping the pick and roll, blowing big leagues, and poor defense fall on the coach? God, we need no. Again, no. That's an overreaction. Now the coaching, like he definitely needs to get better, but it's not just all on that. You still got to have the personnel out there. It's not doing it either. It's not just one thing. It's not just one thing. These injury excuses are from in denial bulls. Yes, that and the trade shit. Like it's definitely in denial Bulls fans. Vooch is obviously very talented in ice zone, backing down a big ass number one. But yeah, he's not Nachi still on the pick and roll. Too Nachi. Yeah, I mean his pick and roll defense is not good at all. Run with us. This chat is so negative. I get it's a terrible loss, but you pick your heads up. No, it's not. It's not. See, that's the thing. We got to stop being weak ass fans. That's a weak ass mindset. Is that when you identify the things that are wrong, it's quote unquote being negative, and then it's always easier for that whole it was a loss. Yeah, that all goes, but you can't. That's nothing tangible to just say, oh, let's pick it up and just no. You have to acknowledge what the issues are, because if you keep ignoring them, then it's willful blindness and ignorance. It's not negativity. Identifying an actual issue is not negativity. We got to stop with these overusing the words, like making things negative, calling it hate, calling it slander. At the end of the day, some things are just real and they're true. And the issue with this team is the things that have been laid out. This game was a microcosm of the exact things that were going wrong on our losing streak. They're the exact things that were in their head even towards the end of our 9-game winning streak. And those become trends, and trends can get exposed, especially in the playoffs. It's not being negative. You got to identify it. There's only so much they can do when adjustments aren't being made and defense isn't being played. Well, again, that's what they need to do, is they need to make adjustments and play with better energy on defense. Adjustments on the coach, energy on the players. It's a twofold thing. Windy City Vids, I think Troy Brown can do a lot better. He's just not been impressive. Oh yeah, Troy Brown, again, he wasn't really getting any minutes back when everyone was healthy, and he wouldn't be really getting minutes if we had our full roster out there. But he's forced to play more, as everyone is, and playing in a different role because of the amount of injuries we have. The backup center was doing his thing on defense. No idea why he was taken out. Who? You talking about Troy Brown? Nah. Tyler Cook showed some things in this game, but again, he fucked up some as well. Tony Bradley in his 3 minutes was -5 on the plus minus. They need to do something, man. They need to do something. Yeah, Pop, exactly. Juan Miller. Pop totally outcoached Billy. Very poor effort from Billy. Yeah, he got outcoached. Absolutely. This is a great point. Lost for words, honestly. Losing in the regular season doesn't bother me, but it's how we lose. And that's the thing that bothers me so much in this. It's the trends that we're showing, even in our wins, right? That's why I say this is not just about the loss. This is about a style of play and things that are happening even when we're winning games, right? And we can't allow the fact that we are able to pull out games more times than not when we play bad or have these lapses make us take our eyes off the fact that in a playoff series, this is going to kill the Bulls in a playoff series, especially if it's an experienced playoff coach and team on the other side that we're playing against. Every time. Hey, Haize, why the fuck do we play to our opponent's level every goddamn time? This again, I don't even think this is a playing to our opponent's level. We get these same things that are happen even in games that we win, even in games against bigger competition. These always are a thing. No, Foom, a boogie trade does not fix anything with defense. Y'all are lazy. Y'all got to stop with this lazy bullshit. A Boogie Cousins being on this team doesn't do shit for our defense. Not a goddamn thing. So no, boogie trade does not fix anything. Nothing that happened in this game fixes a goddamn thing that happened. Our trade fixes a goddamn thing that happens in this game. Coaching has been like most of our players. They play when it matters, and when the games don't matter, they just sleep. I wouldn't necessarily say that either. I feel like that may be too harsh. The defensive effort from the big three is lackluster every game. Sorry, Debo closes out late. Zach gets treat tricked on a lot of defense. Vooch doesn't seem like he's been a center in the NBA long on no, I don't agree with that either. I disagree with that either. Our defense is considerably better statistically when DeMar's on the court as well. Every time we face a high energy team, we lose. We are not hungry. That's from Haize. Let's see. The assists were low, and a lot of that was long range and mid range misses. Yeah, I understand that. No, that was not a major L because again, Daniel Gafford was not getting that deal on this team. He wasn't. So if you keep in mind, you keep Gafford, we're not having DeMar. We're not probably or Lonzo. One of those two we're not having on that contract that he was going to get. Somebody was going to offer him that contract. The Bulls were never going to play that. So no. Let's see what else we got. Haize, what did I tell you on your last show? Billy did it again. Bulls were up by 8. He took out guys that build the lead. I'll keep saying it has to. No, well, you can't. So you can't just keep players in. They're going to get tired, and then you're still going to have to eventually work people in. So no, again, I think we're trying to look for the easy thing to point out why these type of things happen, and that's not. It's a culmination of a lot of different things. You can't just keep riding your starters. You have to give them a break, or they're not going to have the legs down the stretch, and then we're just going to have the same thing. So and this is where the defensive intensity overall matters. So, Matthias, why do we keep Tony Bradley, Troy Brown on the team when we already know they're not good enough? Who you just? That's not the way the NBA works, Matthias. You don't just say, "Hey, you suck. We're going to let you go and bring in somebody else who's going to do better." You have to either trade them, move them. You're definitely not going to eat those contracts and just cut them. And then even if you do, there's not just anybody on the free agent wire just to sign that automatically makes it better. So that's not the way that it works. If they are going to be moved, it's going to be in the offseason. Troy Brown Jr. is an expiring contract. The Bulls probably aren't going to bring him back. But it's not as simple as that. It's not as simple as that. This is a good point, and they talked about it on in the commentary. Why do they stop going to Vooch in the post in the second half? Third quarter, he had 3 shots, and he was feasting. So, bro said, pick your head up and move on to the next game. If you don't get that bullshit out of here, that's basically saying ignore what you. Exactly. This is not Little League, right? That's not how those speech works on Little Giants and shit like that. That's not what happens in the NBA. And I'm sorry, Haize, but nobody's ever denied that they don't need to get another one, but it's how you do that. So stop apologizing. Yes, we know we've been saying that for the longest. I've been saying that for the longest. The issue is where I say it is that people think that means we have to trade for another star or somebody who gets big money or has to have offense called for them. Nobody's saying that we don't need help there. Lack of communication, we're lacking on defense and size. I love our players, but we do have a bit of a personnel issue. Yes, the coaching could be better on the defensive side as well. Again, this is this is not about just iso ball. You guys have to actually watch basketball and stop going into things with these predetermined things of the issue in this game was not iso ball. The issue in this game was not iso ball. It's not. Players not moving without the ball, players not creating any type of separation, players not getting open. You can't just pass it just to be passing it. Then we're going to be talking about turnovers. Again, yes, there is a lot of isolation ball, but look at the reason why that happened. Look at what the other players are doing while that's going on. It's not as simple as just saying, "Hey, DeMar, stop playing outside ball, pass the ball." Okay, motherfuckers, move without the ball then. When it gets down to crunch time, the players become just as much spectators as the damn fans in the stands. And that may be a thing of our inexperience. A lot of times I was asked, do you think our inexperience is going to hurt us in the playoffs? I've always said no. That's where you're seeing inexperience at. Io, as much as I love him, as great as he's going to be for years and years as a Bulls player, when it gets into crunch time, and we're not playing with the lead or with momentum, he freezes up lately, right? It was different when he was on the bench. It's been completely different in the starting lineup. Kobe, as great as the first half that he had, that second half, it was much to do about nothing. Now that is partially on him, partially on coaching as well. So it's a combination of things. It's not, we got to stop with this lazy thing of it's just iso ball. That's not just it. That's not it. What reason trade for you get for Vooch? Nothing right now. It's not going to happen. Maybe next year when he's an expiring contract, but it's not going to happen. Okay, but that's just looking at, no. And the thing is, again, I wasn't saying don't mention AC just because he doesn't fix it, though. The thing is yes, he's going to make our defense better. We know that. But these issues that we were seeing, go back and watch those games that you're pulling up the stats for. Go back and watch them. These same issues were present there, so he doesn't fix them. He makes us our ability to overlook those issues better. Absolutely, him and Lonzo do. That's what, when you have great versatile defenders, they do. But the issues with this team were present even when Caruso and Zoe, for that matter, were on the team. We're on the team. Let's see what else we got. Listen, I can't even fight this. Pay Dirt Sports. I love my Bulls, but this team will get bumped out the first round of the playoffs if they don't fix their issues. Especially depending on who they're playing. If they're playing a strategic coach, it can get ugly. It can get ugly. It's Julie in the building. It seems that when the pressure is on, they start scrambling and committing turnovers. They seem to never be able to capitalize when they have possession of the ball. 100%. 100% true. Love this dude. Keeps it 100. Bad habits are hard to break. We've seen these lapses in wins. We got to keep grinding instead of being on cruise control, for sure. One major problem is that Vooch had a good first half and they just went away from him, even with mismatches. You got to recognize exactly. And look, I mean, down the stretch, right? When we seemed like we could start marching back, perfect possession. Vooch had a small guy. Now it's a combination of players not identifying, but also Vooch not being aggressive enough. Vooch got switched to a smaller man on him, and somehow Vooch is on the perimeter, sitting by the three-point line, just watching, waiting, and hoping for him to get the ball. Now, that's on the player that had the ball, that identified and tried and worked the ball around to get it to Vooch, but also Vooch needs to be aggressive and say, hey, start moving without the ball. Make the fact that them see you got a midget on you, and go to fucking work. Hey, it's not even heated. I'm just passionate. I'm honestly not mad at all. It's just real. This is just the raw passion of a Bulls fan. Do you think the early success went to the head? No, it's not. It's not nothing about success going to the head. It's nothing about that. It's just, like I said, even in wins, these issues were present. The issues that we're talking about here have been present the whole season. So, no, I don't think it's a thing where success is getting in anybody's head. They just need to do better. Let's see what else we got. It's actually quite pathetic how one player AC makes DeMar, Zach, and everyone else step up their D, but they refuse to step up when he's. Well, keep in mind, it's a basketball IQ thing, and this is one thing that I've talked about early in the season. Is that the way that Zoe and Alex Caruso talk to other players while they're out there? That's an IQ thing. Lonzo Ball literally sees what the other team is trying to do on defense, and he talks to his players around them, and it makes them more alert. Again, it's easier to then execute. And so then looking at that, you'll see, oh, well, when Zoe's on the floor, all of a sudden Zach's a better one-on-one defender. But it's not as simple as that. It's the fact that you have Zoe's IQ out there calling out what the other team is doing, which then makes it easier for a player like Zach and DeMar to make defensive decisions. Now he's helped their basketball IQ, and hopefully they've learned some through osmosis, but they don't just become Zoe's defensive IQ in that case. So that's why you're seeing such huge leaps when you're not having AC and Zoe out there, because those are players that their basketball IQ allows them to be coaches on the floor and actually tell the players that are out there, hey, they're going to do this on this pick and roll. Hey, move up some. This is what they're going to do. Hey, watch out for the screen. Like those type of things. When you don't have a player with high basketball IQ and that coach's ability on the court, that's when you start seeing, hey, why isn't Zach as good of a defender when Zoe's not out there with him or AC's not out there with him? That's what that is. That's what that is. Let's see what else we got. Livewire Sports and Entertainment, they just need to move the ball. The last two games, Vooch was dominating the middle, and when DeMar has the ball, they need to move without the ball. Absolutely. One of the things that I have been saying so much this season is a player like Kobe White would be able to just keep coming off screens and pin downs. He does it sometimes, right? They do it sometimes. They got to just stop watching. They got to stop freezing up, man. This is the NBA. This is the NBA. The coaches, they don't adjust the pick and roll. They never adjust after halftime. Man, these coaches got to do better. They make adjustments after halftime. It's not as quick as what you would like it. And then by then, they try to start adjusting. The lead's already been blown. So, let's see what we got. Julia Jules, that's the scouting report on the Bulls. Use pick and roll against them. Listen. Io also seems more effective with Kobe on the floor. We talked about it during that stretch. Like Io and Kobe have a great chemistry together. And my concern that could completely be unfounded is it harder to refine that chemistry now that Io is going to be in the starting lineup for primarily for almost the rest of the season, right? Zoe won't be back until we have about 10 games left. So we'll see. A lot of these issues can be cleaned up with more practice and consistency. I'm concerned about our ability to perform under the full court pressure. The final stretch of the season should be telling. Good point. Good point. Hey, Haize, do you agree that this team needs to work on their off-ball defense? I felt like they're away. I kind of just talked about that. When you don't have somebody with that basketball IQ like a Caruso and Alonzo to kind of call things out, it definitely affects that. But yeah, they definitely need to get that together. Guys like that was a high IQ player and could move without the ball for sure. Do you think there was better adjustments when Coach D was on? No, it was quicker adjustments, but weren't necessarily better either. That's a very good explanation of why they don't step up on D. I never thought of it like that. Good. I'm glad I can offer, other than me just being upset, I'm glad I can offer some type of pointers there. Guys are sitting at the three-point line, scared to shoot, leading to charges and turnovers. It's a good point. Good point. Io had a few good defensive plays, but he got touched an awful lot tonight. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that Io's first half was really good, and it's like DeJounte Murray heard us and was like, oh, y'all think Io shutting me down? Let me hold my beer. Let me show y'all something. But yeah, he's a rookie. It's expected. I ain't gonna lie, Troy Brown fucking me off, even though I know it wasn't just him playing bad. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't just him, but he's had a bad couple of games as well. Man, say how bad the refs were. Like, holy shit. Listen, I think we need to, I agree, right? But I think we need to realize that with the NBA changing the way that they want fouls and officiating to be done, this is just how we're going to be officiated. It's been evident since the start of the season. That's just what it is, man. What it is. It sucks, right? I'm not agreeing with it. I'm not saying it's right. That's just what it's going to be. We just need to put Luol Deng in the time machine and bring him back. That's the type of player we need. I mean, listen, any chance of a high IQ player becomes available at the buyout, or is this just, I mean, anything's possible, but we'll see. Basically, I feel like this team needs AC and Zoe for at least a season to submit higher IQ, energy, defensive culture. I mean, the good thing is that they're going to be here, right? We know they're going to be here. Keep in mind, this team you know, it's still haven't played very many games together. But like I've been saying before, having AC and Zoe come back for the playoffs, hopefully with fresh legs, is definitely going to change some things. But yeah, it definitely sucks where we are right now. Troy Brown and Io have looked reluctant to shoot even green. These guys need to know wide open threes are our best looks rather than run inside into a double team. That's a good point. During the Hornets and Lakers game, the Hornets let the Lakers come back, and then MJ left. Hey, MJ that's how I would be as an owner. MJV, thank you for the super chat, my brother. Get petty beer. These games are going to make me start drinking a lot more. It's crazy how everybody was cutting against the Raptors, but when a team like the Spurs, everyone wants to play like deer in the headlights. Listen, this, and again, as much as I used to say all the time, like, well, again, that's when we had Caruso and Zoe and stuff like that out there, and Derrick Jones Jr. When people used to ask, like, is our inexperience going to get to us? I think we're seeing that inexperience get to us, especially from bench players. They don't want to be the ones to fuck up. That's what we're seeing. They do not want to be the ones to fuck up, and because of that, they make passes rather than shooting it. They're like like I said, I love Io. Io's going to be great long term for us. But until Io learns to take it confidently, as soon as he gets the ball, shoot it in certain situations, he takes that hesitation to think for a second, then he either passes or then tries to shoot it, and just doing that almost is always going to be a miss. So it'll come along. It'll come along. Some of these Bulls fans shock me really, like fire Donovan after one game, trade all of our players after one game. Like, we need to work a lot on not trade our entire team. That's just one thing about fans, man. Especially unrealistic fans. It's just sometimes they just it is what it is, man. It comes with the territory. Every fan base has it, though. This isn't exclusive to Bulls fans. Every fan base has it. Lakers lost 2, so it's not all that bad. Hey, it's still bad. I don't give a fuck what the Lakers are doing. Don't give a damn what Hairline James and the Lakers are doing. Bulls will play great at home and off on the road. I just have to accept that. Pray we trade for a difference maker. How do you feel about trading for Nicholas Batum? I don't think he really does much of what we need. I mean, yes, he's a solid defender, but I don't know, man. We have a stretch of 3 under 500 teams coming up. Hopefully, BD uses this as an opportunity to reset on energy and defensive identity. I mean, that's easier said than done to reset defensive identity with the same players. Like, I don't know, man. Sick of seeing dudes sitting in the corners and then afraid to pull the trigger. Then Vooch gets in post on a switch, and then we get an ISO jump shot. Yeah. Io's confident. Listen, it's going to happen for a rookie. It's going to happen he has DeMar out there. He doesn't need Jimmy Butler. Like, it's going to happen. He's going to have moments. He's going to have his moments. Zach is not good under pressure sometimes. He has absolutely. This has been the thing for Zach's whole career. That's why when they originally got Lonzo and DeMar, I'm like, this is good for Zach because in crunch time, rather than us try to play through Zach, we can focus on getting Zach off screens and moving around. And then hopefully him just get the ball and shoot it. But things are changing. So if Tony Bradley out of the rotation, what on earth are we going to do with Bradley? Because Cook looks more energetic than him. Oh, well, Bradley's basically out of the rotation. Like, Tony Bradley is out of the rotation. You can go ahead and trade him for your best soda right now. That's what he's worth on the trade market. Dad's in the building. What's up, Dad? Dad says exactly, Julia. Hairline LeBron. Listen, that man jobs to male pattern baldness all the time. Hey, should we add Zach to the Butterfinger Bros? In crunch time, yes. In crunch time, yes. Man, that Portland first round pick looking. We're not. Listen, so I don't know if Nazir. So we don't get the first round pick if it's in the lottery, which that's what it's looking like. We don't get it then. It's lottery protected. It goes till next year. And then I think it has lottery protections next year too. So You're right, Haize. Players and size coaches need to fix this. They won't fly in the playoffs. It's not a mystery. Pick and roll defense bad. We have to fix it. Like a pick and roll. In 2022, the year of our Lord, a team with as many offensive weapons as the Bulls have got broken apart by a pick and roll. Can we put super glue on Levine's hands when he's under pressure? Seems like then it's just going to harden while he's out there, and then it's going to bounce off his hands even more. He's not even Hairline James anymore. Dude probably spent like $5,000, more than that, because he has to get it replaced like once a year, man. JJ Ortiz says, I'm out. Have a good night. Windy City, first of all, Windy City Breeze is in the building. Love the show, bro. Keep grinding. I appreciate you, Windy City Breeze, man. I'm trying to get like you, brother. We gotta get back in the DM, man, and figure out this guest spot. We gotta work some things out. Good game, guys. Good game. I hope y'all get healthy soon and make a strong push. No harm, no foul. Appreciate you, brother. If you play a little bit of defense, you're going to win a lot of games. Probably you're not really going to win now. Glad we should have won this game, but at the same time, the offense comes handy. It's a lot of things of why we lost this game, brother. Zach needs to learn how to breathe. He does the panic boxer just woo-saw, homie. Hear me, Zach. Hey, they need to, like, on the sideline, they need to, like, put Zach some headphones in and just place Sade in his head to, like, calm him down. That's what Sade and Erykah Badu, two things. Thoughts on why Bulls refuse to consistently run the offense through Vooch in the paint? Like Stacey says, I don't know, especially when you're getting killed by a simple game. You would think that, hey, we can go like Vooch in the post is elite. Portland in the playing game at the moment. But they would still have to win the playing game for the pick to convey. But hey, Haize, I think we should get Derek Favors. He's a great pick and roll defender. Don't know who that is. Again, Patrick Williams doesn't fix our problems. He makes it a little bit better. He and Vooch, I fully believe if Patrick Williams would have went down with injury and Patrick Williams would have been allowed to come out of it and play with this team and everything, he would help cover up a lot of the issues that we have with Vooch. But he doesn't just fix everything. He doesn't fix everything. Listen, because it's a combination of a lot of things, it's going to take a combination of a lot of things to fix it. You're going to have a better defender next to Patrick Williams. Also, the Bulls thing that it used to work, right? When you had Caruso, when you had Zoe, it used to work with the whole not even trying for offensive rebounds just to get back on defense and hopefully get in the passing lanes and get turnovers that way. That's not happening anymore. And so our lack of going at the Bulls cede almost every offensive rebound. Just look at it. They don't really even try. They're more focused on getting back on defense than actually going after offensive rebounds, which eliminates the chance for second chance points. Those type of things, a player that can improve that, I think that changes a lot for this team, but it doesn't fix everything either. So yeah. JJ Ortiz, bring back the triangle offense. Man, I don't know if the triangle offense could work in today's NBA. Let's see. Daniel Tice on this team. I'd rather have Thad than Daniel Tice, but hey, I'd take Tice too if either one of those. I found Levine forces a lot of shots when DeMar ain't in the game. He tries hero ball when the others are shooting more efficient. Again, go back. That's happened some, but it's not just that either. Like, I don't know if it's because we don't have the offensive personnel. I don't know if it's because players aren't as confident, but they just watch Zach do what he does as well. They watch Zach do what he does. I think we need to have a defined number one option. It seems they can't decide what's going on. No, I don't think that's the issue at all. I don't think having a defined, I don't think that's it. And also that makes you easier to guard if you just have one person you go to in the clutch. I don't necessarily think that fixes it either. Angelo Williams, I've been talking about this. I talked about it in my pre-recorded video today. The Bulls, their inability to hold on to a lead is really going to kill them in the playoffs. The lack of pick and roll defense, that we still don't know what they're going to do to the zone. These type of things, while they have enough scoring usually to overcome it, at least in the regular season, you give one team The ability to just focus on the Bulls' issues and Billy Donovan's lack of ability of not ability, because I think he has the ability, he just doesn't do it, but lack of making quicker adjustments. All those things come back around, man. All those things come back around. Healthy P will give us 3 more wins right now, a couple maybe more comfortably, but the big hits have been AC, Zoe, and COVID for sure. In your unbiased opinion, who do you think is the better player, LaVine or Booker? First, I let me just be fair with you. I don't have an unbiased opinion because I am a live and die Chicago Bulls fan. So I'm always gonna bet on my guy. This is the thing. This is as unbiased as I can give it to you. If Booker was on the team and not LaVine, I would say Booker every single time. LaVine is on our team, so I'm going to say LaVine every single time. And that's because I see them more, right? I watch every single Bulls game. I don't watch every single Suns game. I do love watching them when I get a chance to do it. But so because of that, my opinion is always going to be colored by that. So I really do think they're very similar. I think they're very similar in impact. They're not very similar players per se. But I will say this, just to be fair, I trust Zach to be a more efficient scorer, and I don't even know if that's necessarily true. But in crunch time, I would trust Devin Booker not to make as many mistakes as Zach LaVine does. But so yeah. I mean that's as unbiased as of opinion I can give you on it. Lego fan 1799, our best defenders are out though, but these issues were still a problem with our best defenders in. These issues, these trends have been trends since the beginning of the season, everyone healthy or not. Honestly, I'm not sure why teams don't just run pick and roll and play zone defense all season. Like we would lose every game of the season if they did. I wouldn't say that. I think they find a way to fix it. Just listen to Zach press conference. He's pissed. Well, I'm streaming. I can't listen to it. No, DeMarc, listen, Jonathan, bruh, please tell me what the fuck DeMarcus Cousins fixes. Please tell me. Explain to me how DeMarcus Cousins, who's not a defender, fixes what's going on. The best thing that you can say for DeMarcus Cousins is that he'd be able to keep up a similar play style coming off the bench than what we get from Vooch, and he's a better ball handler and maybe even a better passer. But the defensive issues in this, DeMarcus Cousins does nothing for that. Nothing at all. Nothing. My biggest issue with this team on offense is lack of ball. That's what I've been saying. It's literally, it's a huge thing with lack of ball movement. And they absolutely need to get to now. I think, like I said, like I've been saying, that the lack of confidence from the players is starting to show, especially in tight games. You're seeing, and you see it when we're playing with the lead. Look how much different Troy Brown, Kobe White, even Matt Thomas would Matt Thomas, take it or leave it. But look how much different that they play. And even like a player like Tyler Cook, look how much different they play when the Bulls are either already in the lead, they're taking the lead, they have some momentum. And then look at how when we're down 6 or more points, how all that changes. It's definitely a mental thing as well. I just found this channel and just love it. Thank you, JoJo's. I appreciate you, man. I'm glad you saw enough in us to want to stick around and be a part of the family here, man. The Bulls just have to play basketball and take no team for granted. The team with the worst record has beaten them, and Golden State has beaten them twice. They could do better. Good points, Julia. Good points. I think Billy is a coach that can get your team kickstarted, but isn't the coach to lead you to a champ. I don't think we should get rid of him, but it's facts. He can gel players together, but isn't bad. I mean, that's a perspective to have. Until he actually takes a team to win a championship, it's a fair point to have that opinion. Fair point to have that opinion for sure. Like I said, the blueprint in our team, they can defend the pick and roll and the trap zone. Damn. 3-7 over our last 10, punching the air right now. Desi, man, listen, it's frustrating as hell, man. people living in the past with Cousins. Yeah, that's it. Like, and don't get me wrong. Like, if we, for example, if we had Boogie Cousins instead of Tony Bradley, right? I would like that. I would like to have him as a backup center over Tony Bradley. But again, that does not fix our issues at all. You get a better player there overall, especially offensively, but it doesn't fix any of the issues that we have going on with this team. Have you said no? I haven't. By the way, fuck Grayson Allen. I just accepted that the Bulls are cursed. Every time we have a great team, it gets ruined by injuries. First Rose, then Jimmy Wade. Well, first of all, Jimmy Wade and Rondo wasn't a great team, but I see where you're going with that. I'm down to sound to 10-day if he can knock out Allen the next time we play the Bucks. Other than that, he's washed. Zach needs to just breathe. Rest of the offense, keep your damn heads up, eye contact, and keep moving to either open space or set a pick. Exactly. Boogie would not get carried by Steven. Well, I mean, that's true. But, I mean, okay. What does that mean? That doesn't mean shit in terms of winning basketball. But yeah. Crazy, man. Just crazy. Crazy we lost this game. And the way we lost it. Wow. 30-18. Listen, though, I will say this, though. If they would have told us that we'd be 30-18 at this point in the season at the beginning, I would have been like, yeah, I'll take that. But it's just frustrating. Hi, guys. I'm late to watch the game on recording. LeBron Jr. pisses me off, man. Closes out of control. Doesn't move on. Oh, absolutely. Hey, Haize, if P-Will didn't get injured, would you try him at small ball center? I thought we would experiment with him. Patrick Williams is absolutely playing some small ball center. They put Derrick Jones Jr. in the small ball center. Patrick Williams would have absolutely gotten minutes at small ball center. Absolutely. We need defensive help. Our team is at its best when they are getting turnovers and creating offense with their defense. Offense isn't the issue. Yeah, offense, it can be at times. It can be, but yeah, it's not our huge issue. Honestly, as good as the Bulls' record is and as talented as we are, we really lack an identity and toughness, especially with no Caruso. Who's Devontae Green, Mike? Mike, who's Devontae Green? I had to mess with you. Devontae Green could be ingrained into the rest of the squad. Yeah, if everybody could play with the heart that Javonte Green plays, we would be the best team in the league defensively. Off topic, Ozarks was very good. Listen, Ozarks may be one of the best, if not the best written show on TV right now, other than like Skyfall. Jay Hamad, I might be wrong. Don't quote me on this, but I have a Swede feeling after tonight's loss. Teams are going to watch this and run 20 pick and roll plays like Pop did tonight. Oh, this is a copycat league. They're absolutely going to see that as a blueprint. But that's already been out there on the Bulls. Haize, if you could bring anyone back from injury, who would it be? Personally, I would say Patrick so he can get some running experience, but Lonzo and Caruso would be nice to have again. Oh, if I could bring anyone back, it would be Lonzo. And the reason why I say this, right? And the reason why I pick him over Caruso. I know what Caruso's energy does to the defense, but I think me personally is that Ayo can replace what Caruso brings off the bench more than he can replace what Lonzo brings in the starting lineup. Does that make sense? So I would have Lonzo come back. Because again, some of these plays like Lonzo, again, we're missing Lonzo who hits 3-4 threes for us tonight. And then having Caruso come back to the bench to where, he's a little bit more free in that chemistry between him and Kobe. But if you're talking about like from the beginning of the season, definitely Patrick Williams, because how Patrick Williams would have progressed with this type of team, this type of leadership from DeMar and stuff like that would have been crazy. So. Oh, wait, I missed this one. Julie, Devontae Green from Jodeci, come in and talk to me. I think you're going to disagree with me, but I feel we need an enforcer like PJ Tucker or Pat Bev to get in. Listen, this thing with getting people's faces and shit. Like I understand that as a team and like, but what we need right now is so far and above getting in somebody's face. I don't give a damn about getting in somebody's faces. I give a damn about somebody to get some rebounds for us. That's what I care about. I care about somebody who's going to get some offensive rebounds for us. That's what I care about. All right, Haize, I have to go. Good night, everyone. Thank you, MJV. I appreciate you, brother, for continuing to support the channel. Oh no, I've seen Euphoria. Well, not season 2 so far. This is the thing for me as a parent of teenagers now. Seeing Euphoria scares the holy shit out of me. Right? So I'm just being honest with that one. Super late to the post game and missed the game, but hopped in real quick to show some love to Haize in the chat. Thank you, Brendan L. Jet. That's family right there. Haize, who is better, Hairline James or Zach Levine? Zach Levine, because I'm not Hairline. Fuck, oh God, that man's hairline. I can't wait for the trade deadline at the buyout market so people can fuck about what we need. Oh man, listen, that's why I'm doing. So I'm in part. So let me be a little transparent. So the trade deadline special, I'm doing it for a few reasons, right? Because I have been so strict on not really talking about trades. I figured it would be a great time to like really talk, and I'm going to make it a call-in line to where like people can call in and things like that. It's also great to have that coverage. I don't know how many, it's going to be in the middle of the day. What the trade deadline ends at what is it, like 2 p.m., 3 p.m., something like that. But I also, on top of that, it's just, hey, it's going to be something fun to finally reach the point where all the Bulls fans and their ridiculous trade ideas and the trade machine screenshots can stop for a few months, because you know the moment the season is over, they're going to start right back up. So yeah. Pay Dirt Sports Car says, with the way things have been going with the Bulls in the last 10 games, once they were down 13 points, automatically said game over for myself because I have no faith they will fight back. Oh, you waited until they were down by 13? Listen, when they were down by like 8 with the momentum, I was like, here we go again. Here we go again. And then I let myself, when they got it down to like 3, I was like, all right, okay, Bulls, I see you. Yeah. The problem I have with this team is the lack of adjustments that we make in the game. Majority of the time we start off amazing in the first quarter, then teams adjust our game plan, but we can't adjust, especially like I really need to sit down and go through it one by one, but I guarantee you the Bulls have lost at least 90% of the third quarters this season. Now, they've gone on to win more of those games than not, but I guarantee you they've lost a large part of the third quarters this season, because those coming out of halftime adjustments, they don't make. They just don't make. Haize, I think they need you at the 4 to solve their problem. Listen, I'm not tall enough. How tall do y'all think I am? Like, how tall do y'all think I am? I disagree with you, bro. I think we need Caruso back more. I think Ayo can do more of what Lonzo does than what I don't know. Yeah, hey, we can agree to disagree, because I don't agree with that. One thing about Lonzo is Lonzo's going to shoot. Lonzo can be 0 for 4. He's going to take the shot every single time. Every single time. FPS, off topic, how do you feel about the new Bears? I've talked about that earlier in the stream. I like it. Bulls channel starting soon. Logo's being worked on now. I'm willing to say it'll probably be 10 days or less before Chicago Bears Central starts. Yeah. Haize, are you sure DBS is going to call you 15 times saying for us to trade for Bo? Oh, I already know. Listen, I'm doing a call-in show, but as soon as I start recognizing the same number calling multiple times, motherfuckers getting blocked. Thoughts with speed of our guards. Why don't the forwards crash the offensive glass more? We're constantly trying one of. Oh, I talked about this earlier, Frank Jose. That is absolutely the design of this coaching staff, is that they have basically said we're not going to worry about offensive rebounds because we want our guys to get, and then maybe because they don't have the one-on-one defenders, especially now with Lonzo out, that they want their guys to get back on defense and set up as early as possible. But it sucks because we have almost, I wonder where the Bulls rank in second chance points in the league so far this season. Let's see if I can find that out. Let's see. I don't think they break out second chance points. No, they break out fast break points. If somebody can find that, let me know. Let me know. Is it possible we can get Zeke from Power to help us? He's old enough now. Oh, man. That's crazy. People talking about adjustments is fact. We are a great first and fourth quarter team, but there are some, especially the third quarters. Especially the third quarters. Y'all giving me a lot of credit to think I'm 6 foot. I'm 5'10". Like, that's it. I think they're 24th. Okay, that would make sense. That would make sense. Yo, Haize, best believe I'm going to be on your Bears streams 24/7. I'm a straight diehard fan. I love the Bears with all my heart, but it's going to be, oh, God. I don't think we will make a big move at the deadline anyway, although I wouldn't mind a small move for I don't think we're going to be, I don't think it's going to be anything major, significant either, but weirder things have happened. But yeah. Maybe that's because I got a friend that kind of looks like you and is 5'11", though he insists he's 6. Listen, I wish I was that tall. I swear if we play like Javonte Green does every single night, we would win almost every game, even the games that we're not supposed to win when we are injured. I mean, yes, he plays with a lot of energy and intensity, and we need that. Absolutely. Man, all right. I'm going to start wrapping stuff up soon. I'm sorry for yawning and y'all. The way I've been looking at this season is a season where the team gets to forge itself. It's going to take some pressure, but with the right materials and form, they'll be strong. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. This team at the end of the day, it's still a team that hasn't played very many games together, and they've dealt with a lot of adversity over the course of the season. But there's certain things that just shouldn't happen. I don't give a damn how long you've been playing together. And a simple pick and roll should not be killing you. Would you rather have DeMar or Zach right now? We don't have to pick them. We got both of them. Miami #1 and Victor Oladipo coming back. Yes, but it's what version of Victor Oladipo? Because Victor Oladipo from last little bit he's been playing is not that Victor Oladipo that looked like he was the next great guard in the making, right? So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. All right, what else y'all got? We're going to go 6 more minutes. How would I know how tall you are, brother? I've never seen you. I don't know what you look like. I don't know. 6'1". What else y'all got? Come on. Because a brother tired. I'm only because I had so much energy. Like the Bulls take so much energy from me that after seeing a game like this, like my body is literally sapped because I'm just so frustrated. Damn the Bears. Oh yeah, the Bears. Absolutely. Bears. Being a Bears fan is literally probably the worst thing I choose to do to myself for so long. Seriously. I ain't got much more right now. Haize been concentrating on what the Bears been up to. Hey man, I appreciate you spending so much time doing these streams. Hey Mike, listen, this. I have fun. I really do look forward to this. Like, especially because now we have our own community. Like, yeah, we get some new people that trickle in there, but we have such a community of our regulars that like we all have like shorthands and inside jokes now. I love doing this, man. Love doing it. D Barnes, good night, y'all. Go Chicago Bulls Central. Appreciate you. You're the run of the family at 6'3". Ain't that some shit? Paydart Sports. Bro, I'm from Washington State. I've been a Bulls fan since I was 8. Been a long journey, my brother. Long, long journey. I have not seen it yet. I have not listened to it or anything yet. It'll probably be tomorrow. Nighty night, Haize. Good night, Julia. We say fuck Grayson Allen, but also fuck Cody Parley. You were one of the highest paid kickers. Oh man, does it get tiring talking to people making the same points about ISO falling trades? It gets a bit repetitive. But it is what it is. It comes with the territory. The Bulls need a power forward and balls. Proofread, my brother. That reads really weird. And AC back at least one of them is the no defense and worse against the three. I get what you're saying, man. I didn't know Levine is with Clutch Sports. Yeah, he signed this offseason. All right, got 3 more minutes, people. 3 more minutes, and I'm up out here. If we lose against the Blazers, we have major problems. Yeah, for sure. Let me say, I don't know if we have major problems. I mean, it's gonna happen, right? It's gonna happen because of like everything that's going on. The Bulls, I was saying it. I was saying the Bulls are going to go on losing stretches. It's going to happen. But overall, I do think that this team has more than enough to continue to compete. They just need to figure it out, man. They really need to get their shit together. Yeah. Oh, I have the date with John Morant. Oh, Julia, look at you. Look at you. Final thoughts. I think the last 10 games have shown the Bulls are not quite a title contender yet, and that's okay. A lot of growth this year, but damn, they have to learn to stop the pick and roll. The pick and roll. The pick and roll. Ricky's laughing at Julia. The Bulls average 11.1 points off offensive rebounds, but give up 12.9. Really? I'm surprised it's that high. I'm really surprised it's that high. So wait, are you saying it's 5th in differential or they're 5th overall in their second chance points? Haize, did you see what Rome with us said? No, wait, what did I miss? This? Haize, I'm 6'6" and could have been a dog, but I'm white and have the vertical of Sean Bradley. Hell no. Wow. Wow. That's hilarious. Appreciate the work you put in, bro. Don't be surprised to see front management make some trades before the deadline to fill in these holes. I don't know it's going to be trades. I really don't think it's going to be trades. And if it is, it's not going to be anything substantial. But we'll see. We'll see. And AK and Eversley, I trust. So whatever they decide to do, it is what it is. Sean Bradley still has a higher vertical than Vooch. Oh man, that is funny. That is funny. Blah says I'm 6'2" and also white, so I had no y'all are funny with this shit, man. All right, that is my time for tonight, beautiful people. I appreciate you guys so much, especially after a loss, to have a great turnout. You guys were funny as hell today in the halftime hangout. Good night, Pops. I'm actually gonna call you when I get off this, Dad. But great, just great energy from you guys. I appreciate it. You guys are funny as hell with the Jeff Green and Javante Green in the chat stuff. It's funny. No BKR Sport. Does anybody take on BKR Sport? I know he got to be one of the people trolling me because he hasn't shown up. But that's it. Make sure you're following the podcast at Bull Central Pod. Send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. If you want to leave us a text or voicemail, do so at 773-270-2799. That's it for me for today. Like I like to end everything on. Go Bulls. Love you guys. Peace.